The story of The Chosen has been pulling millions of people deeper into the life of Jesus and the journey of his followers. Season 5 left us with moments that shook hearts, raised questions, and set the stage for something much bigger. Now, as whispers of Season 6 spread, fans cannot stop wondering what comes next, what secrets will be revealed, and how the next chapter will unfold on screen. If you thought the last season was powerful, you might not be ready for what's ahead. Season 5 of The Chosen was a roller coaster of emotions, packed with tension, love, faith, and challenges that tested every single character. It was not just a continuation of the story, but a turning point where we saw how following Jesus came with both hope and heavy cost. The season opened with the disciples struggling to balance their personal lives with their growing mission. Some of them were excited about the miracles they witnessed, while others quietly wrestled with doubt and fear. This contrast created a powerful human connection for viewers, showing us that even those who walked beside Jesus carried questions in their hearts. One of the highlights was watching the growing tension between Jesus and the religious leaders. Their constant attempts to challenge him, discredit him, or even trap him in his words created a sense of urgency in almost every episode. Each confrontation showed Jesus standing with calm authority, delivering answers that not only silenced his critics, but also revealed deeper truths about God's kingdom. These moments reminded the audience that this was more than a historical drama. It was a spiritual encounter. But what truly defined Season 5 was the personal journeys of the disciples. We saw Peter wrestling with his own leadership role, torn between the boldness required to stand beside Jesus and the human weakness that often tripped him up. Matthew continued to grow in confidence, stepping away from his past as a tax collector and learning what it meant to be trusted among the brothers. Mary Magdalene's story once again showed us how grace and healing transform a broken life into a vessel of strength. Each of these characters reminded us that faith is not about perfection, but about persistence. The miracles in Season 5 also left lasting impressions. From healings that drew crowds to the quiet moments where Jesus showed compassion to the overlooked, each miracle built the momentum of his ministry. But at the same time, these wonders increased the danger. The more people followed him, the more the authorities felt threatened, and the more they plotted against him. The storytelling carefully balanced the awe of these moments. With the rising tension that pointed toward the cross, the emotional weight of the season peaked in its final episodes. Viewers were left with cliffhangers that hinted at betrayal, sacrifice, and the cost of standing for truth. It was clear that the road ahead for Jesus and his disciples would not be easy. Season 5 closed not with a sense of completion, but with an invitation, a strong pull to continue the journey into Season 6. This is why fans are buzzing with anticipation. The ending of Season 5 was not just a conclusion, but a doorway, leaving us with hearts full of questions. How will the disciples handle the growing opposition? Which relationships will be tested? And most of all, how close are we now to the greatest story ever told reaching its most painful yet powerful moment? Season 5 prepared us, but it also left us hungrier than ever for the answers that only Season 6 can bring. When it comes to The Chosen Season 6, the first thing fans need to know is that this season has already been confirmed, and production is well underway. Dallas Jenkins, the creator and director, has made it clear in interviews and behind-the-scenes updates that Season 6 is not just another chapter, it's a pivotal one. Unlike earlier seasons that slowly built the world of the disciples and the miracles of Jesus, Season 6 is stepping directly into the heaviest, most emotional territory yet. The story is moving closer to the passion, and with that comes moments of heartbreak, betrayal, and sacrifice that audiences have been both dreading and longing to see. The production team has also confirmed that filming for Season 6 began in early 2024, with the same dedication to authenticity and detail that made previous seasons so powerful. Sets have been expanded to match the growing scale of the story, and more time has been invested in costuming and historical detail. The creators want to ensure that every scene feels as real as possible, not just as entertainment, but as a living retelling of events that changed the world forever. The behind-the-scenes clips shared online show actors rehearsing in the hot sun, crews carefully setting up large crowd scenes, and moments of laughter among the cast, reminding fans that even in the midst of telling such a weighty story, there is still joy in the process. Another confirmed detail is the return of the full core cast. Jonathan Rumi continues his powerful portrayal of Jesus, a performance that has captured global attention for its humanity and grace. The disciples, Simon Peter, Matthew, John, Mary Magdalene, and others, will continue to be central, with their relationships and struggles deepening as pressure mounts around them. What fans can count on is that the same characters they have grown attached to will face the most defining trials of their journey so far, and none of them will leave the season unchanged. One of the most exciting confirmations from Dallas Jenkins himself is that Season 6 will focus heavily on the events leading up to the Last Supper and the betrayal of Jesus. This means viewers can expect not only dramatic storytelling but also some of the most famous biblical scenes to come, alive in ways they've never been shown before on screen. However, the team has been clear that they are not rushing the timeline. The Chosen has always taken its time to explore the personal lives of the characters, showing how ordinary people were drawn into extraordinary events. Season 6 will continue this approach, layering intimate moments with epic confrontations. The tone of the season, according to the production updates, will be darker and more intense than previous seasons. While there will still be miracles, hope, and moments of joy, the weight of what's to come will hang over every scene. Fans who have followed the show since Season 1 will notice a shift, not only in story but also in the atmosphere. The music, the cinematography, and even the pacing will reflect the growing tension as Jesus' ministry approaches its breaking point with the authorities of the time. For now, these are the confirmed truths that the creators have shared openly. They are carefully holding back the biggest surprises, but even with what little has been revealed, it's clear that Season 6 is set to be the most powerful and heart-wrenching chapter yet. The promise is not just to tell the story, but to bring audiences into the emotional center of it, where faith is tested, hearts are broken, and history itself is about to change. When it comes to The Chosen, the creators have always been careful about what they reveal. They give fans just enough to build anticipation, but they leave the deepest secrets hidden until the moment they unfold on screen. Still, no matter how closely guarded a production might be, whispers always find their way out, and Season 6 is no exception. Over the past few months, fans have caught glimpses, overheard hints from cast interviews, and pieced together clues from behind-the-scenes footage. And while not everything is confirmed, these sneak peeks and leaks have painted a thrilling picture of what may be waiting when the new season finally arrives. One of the strongest leaks centers around a scene that many fans have been waiting for since the beginning: the betrayal of Jesus by Judas. While the creators have not directly announced that this moment will appear in Season 6, several subtle signs suggest it is close. In leaked set photos, Judas has been seen in darker-toned costumes, a creative choice that often signals a character's internal shift. Some fans who attended live filming days reported an atmosphere heavy with tension, as if the production was building toward one of the most painful turning points in the story. Though no one has outright confirmed it, the pieces fit together in a way that makes it hard not to believe. Another fascinating detail comes from short clips shared online by the production team. In one, we see Jesus walking through a crowded marketplace, surrounded not by joy and excitement, but by whispers and suspicious eyes. This is a striking difference from earlier seasons where the crowds often pressed in with hope and expectation. The shift in tone suggests that the opposition against him is about to erupt in ways more dangerous than ever before. If the leaks are accurate, fans should prepare for scenes filled with political tension. Betrayal not just from one disciple but also from the larger society that once marveled at his works. There have also been rumors of a massive dinner scene, which many believe to be the Last Supper. While nothing official has been stated, the size of the set and the careful secrecy surrounding its filming have only fueled speculation. Some who claim to have been nearby during filming described hearing long stretches of dialogue spoken with hushed intensity, as if the words themselves carried the weight of history. Whether this was indeed the Last Supper or another key gathering, the mystery has only deepened the excitement. But it is not only the dramatic betrayals and climactic scenes that have slipped into the rumor mill. Smaller moments have also been hinted at, such as tender exchanges between Jesus and his disciples, or private moments of doubt that will make the characters feel even more human. These are the kinds of scenes The Chosen has always excelled at, quiet yet powerful, reminding viewers that even the most extraordinary story was lived out by ordinary people who wrestled with fear, hope, and loyalty. While some fans choose to chase every rumor, others prefer to wait until the season is officially released. Yet no matter which side you stand on, the leaks have done their job. They have stirred curiosity and heightened anticipation. If Season 6 truly includes these powerful turning points, then the journey ahead will be one of the most emotionally charged experiences the show has ever delivered. The Chosen has never been afraid to break our hearts, and then put them back together again. And the whispers surrounding this new season suggest that it is preparing to do just that, on a scale we have never seen before. The question on every fan's mind is simple: when will Season 6 of The Chosen finally arrive? The creators know this is what the world is waiting to hear, and yet they have remained careful, giving out small clues rather than bold announcements. That silence has only added to the mystery, leaving fans searching for patterns, analyzing production timelines, and holding on to every word Dallas Jenkins has spoken in interviews. If we look at the history of The Chosen, each season has followed a rhythm that combines long months of production with a carefully planned release. Seasons often arrive in parts, with early premieres at live events or special screenings before the episodes drop on the Angel Studios app and YouTube. This tradition of slow but steady release suggests that Season 6 will follow a similar path, beginning with small reveals before opening wide to the global audience. What we know for certain is that filming for Season 6 began in 2024 and has been moving forward with intensity. The behind-the-scenes footage shows large sets in use, suggesting that some of the most complex and emotional scenes are being shot. Historically, after filming wraps, the team dedicates months to editing, scoring, and perfecting each episode. If that same process holds true this time, fans might not see the full season until late 2025. Yet, there are whispers that the creators could surprise everyone with an earlier launch of the first few episodes, much like they have done in past seasons. Another clue lies in the pacing of the show itself. Season 5 ended with so much anticipation, and the production team understands the importance of timing the release to keep momentum alive. This means that while they cannot afford to rush, they also cannot afford to keep fans waiting too long. Dallas Jenkins has repeatedly emphasized that The Chosen is not just about storytelling, it is a mission. That sense of mission often pushes the team to deliver the content as soon as they can, without compromising quality. Some fans have speculated that Season 6 may debut with a special theatrical event, just as certain episodes in earlier seasons were shown in cinemas before streaming. If this pattern continues, it would not only create buzz, but also give the audience a chance to experience the weight of these powerful scenes on the big screen. After all, moments like the betrayal of Jesus or the Last Supper deserve to be seen in a way that captures their full emotion and gravity. Until the official release date is announced, what we have are patterns, hints, and the history of how The Chosen has always balanced production with audience expectation. One thing is certain: the creators will not allow Season 6 to slip quietly into the schedule. When the date is finally revealed, it will be an event in itself, spreading across social media, church communities, and fan groups worldwide. For now, the best prediction is that by the end of 2025, the world will be sitting together, holding its breath, as the most emotional season yet begins to unfold. The Chosen has never been just a show. It has become a community. From living rooms to church halls, from online forums to late-night conversations between friends, fans are not just watching. They are imagining, predicting, and shaping the conversation around what might come next. Season 6, with all its mystery and secrecy, has become fertile ground for theories that spread like wildfire, each one born out of both excitement and a deep emotional connection to the story. One of the most powerful expectations among fans is the hope for the Last Supper. Ever since the show began, audiences have been waiting for that iconic moment where Jesus gathers his disciples for the final meal before his arrest. Many believe Season 6 will finally deliver it, and this expectation has fueled countless discussions. Fans imagine how The Chosen will approach it differently from past films and series, perhaps giving more focus to the personal emotions of the disciples, the subtle glances across the table, or the way Jesus speaks to each of them with love despite knowing what is about to happen. The theory is not just about seeing the Last Supper, but about feeling it in a way that is uniquely human and deeply moving. Another widespread theory revolves around Judas. Viewers have been carefully studying his journey from earlier seasons, watching the small cracks in his loyalty begin to show. Now the debate rages on. Will Season 6 show the moment of betrayal in full, or will it build the tension slowly, leaving the act itself for the next season? Some fans predict that his inner conflict will take center stage, with long, heavy scenes that peel back his reasoning and his pain. Others believe the betrayal will be sudden, shocking, and heartbreaking, leaving audiences stunned and silent as the credits roll. There are also expectations about miracles. While the story is moving toward darker and heavier territory, many fans still believe Season 6 will include powerful moments of healing and wonder. The hope is that these miracles will stand in sharp contrast to the rising opposition, showing that even in the shadow of betrayal and death, light still breaks through. For many, this balance of joy and sorrow is what has made The Chosen so powerful in the first place. Beyond the biblical events themselves, fans are also theorizing about the disciples. Will Peter's leadership grow even stronger under pressure? Or will his fears once again cause him to stumble? Will Matthew continue his journey from outcast to trusted brother, showing how far he has come? And will Mary Magdalene's story reach a new depth, perhaps showing her strength in the face of the darkest moments? Each of these theories reflects not only curiosity, but also love for the characters, because over the seasons, they have become more than figures in history. They have become people the audience knows. Perhaps the most striking thing about all these theories is the way they reflect a hunger for connection. Fans are not just predicting plot points, they are preparing themselves emotionally. They know Season 6 will not be lighthearted. They know it will break their hearts. But at the same time, they are eager to experience that heartbreak together, to feel the weight of the story as one community, united across the world by a show that has turned history into living, breathing drama. And in those theories and expectations, the anticipation for Season 6 becomes not just about what will happen, but about what it will mean for everyone watching. As the dust settles on everything we've explored, recaps, confirmations, leaks, and theories, one truth becomes clear. The Chosen Season 6 is not just another release date on a calendar. It is the next step in a journey that has already changed the way millions experience one of the most powerful stories in history. Season 5 may have ended, but its echoes still linger, pushing us toward a season that promises to be darker, deeper, and more unforgettable than anything we've seen before. The anticipation feels different this time. It's heavier, almost like the calm before a storm. Fans know what's coming. They know the betrayals, the heartbreak, and the sacrifices are closer than ever. And yet, instead of stepping back, they lean in. They want to feel it, even if it hurts. That's the strange beauty of The Chosen. It doesn't shield us from pain. It walks us through it, reminding us that hope and heartbreak often share the same space. And this is where the call extends to you, the viewer. This is not just a show you watch. It's a story you enter. It demands something of you, not only to witness it, but to carry it. Season 6 will test characters you've grown to love, and in a way, it will test you too. The questions left hanging at the end of Season 5 are not meant to fade. They're meant to stir your soul until the answers finally come alive on screen. That is why your voice matters. Your theories, your expectations, your emotions, they are part of what keeps this community alive while we wait. Share what you think the biggest turning point in Season 6 will be. Do you believe Judas will finally betray Jesus in this season? Or will the show hold it until the very end? Do you think the Last Supper will take place here? Or are we still one season away from that moment? What miracle do you hope to see that will remind us all that light still shines in the darkest of nights? The conversation doesn't end when this video does. It continues in the comments, in the discussions, in the shared excitement of fans across the world. So leave your thoughts below. Let your voice join the thousands already buzzing about what's to come, and stay connected. The best way to journey through Season 6 is together, because The Chosen was never just a show for one, it was always a story for many. And as we wait for the official release, remember this: every delay, every secret held back, and every rumor left unconfirmed is not meant to frustrate. It's meant to prepare us. Because when Season 6 finally arrives, it won't just be another series drop. It will be an event. A story told not only with words and images, but with the weight of history and the fire of faith. And when that moment comes, you'll want to be right here, ready, expectant, and part of the community that's walking this path together. The road ahead for The Chosen is not just about watching history. It's about walking straight into the heart of it. Season 6 is shaping into the chapter that will shake us, the chapter that will demand more from us as viewers, because the closer we get to the cross, the heavier every word, every glance, and every silence becomes. This is not just another season. It is the moment where everything begins to change. Think back to where this journey began, the small moments of faith, the first miracles that seemed so gentle and full of wonder, the laughter between friends as they discovered what it meant to follow someone greater than themselves. And now look at where we stand. The friendships tested, the disciples trembling under the weight of what they cannot yet understand, and Jesus himself, walking calmly into a storm he knows is waiting. Season 6 will not be soft, it will not be easy, but it will be unforgettable. The leaks, the whispers, the rumors, they've given us just enough to sense the storm that is about to break. The Last Supper, the betrayal, the rising darkness pressing against the light, all of it points to one truth. We are standing at the edge of the most emotional, heartbreaking, and powerful season yet. For some fans, this is the moment they've been waiting for since episode 1. For others, it's the part they've feared, the part they know will bring tears. Either way, none of us can escape the pull of what's coming. And that's why this moment matters. Because The Chosen isn't simply telling us what happened long ago. It's bringing us into the weight of it now. It's not just about watching characters suffer or rejoice. It's about recognizing ourselves in their doubt, their fear, and their fragile faith. Season 6 will not only tell us a story, it will hold up a mirror. And in that reflection, we will see not just the disciples but pieces of ourselves. So here's the question. Will you walk into that storm with us? Will you sit at the table of theories, share your voice, and join the countless others waiting together? Drop your predictions, your hopes, your fears in the comments, because this journey is not one to walk alone. And if you want to make sure you don't miss a single update, a single trailer, or a single episode breakdown, then stay connected. Subscribe, share, and keep the fire of this community burning. Because when The Chosen Season 6 arrives, it will not simply be a release date. It will be a moment that reminds us why this story has lasted for thousands of years, why it still moves hearts, and why it still matters now more than ever. The journey has been long, but the most powerful part is still ahead. And when it comes, you'll want to be ready, right here, walking with us into the story that changed everything.